Guys, I thought it was time to do an intro video. So, welcome to Mia's Rhythm. My name is Mia, and I'll be on YouTube sharing with you parts of my life. And the theme of Mia's Rhythm is an imperfect life with a perfect God. Emphasis on imperfect. I have so much that I want to share with you. But before I get into the things that Mia's Rhythm is going to bring, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not going to tell you my age because that's my business, right? I'll tell you my age range. I am in my mid-30s, and I'm married, and I have a dog, and his name is Dex, and I'll bring him on here so you guys can see him, just show you little bits of me being a dog mom. Right now, I don't have any children, but he's my baby. He's my everything. I love that little boy. He's a Jack Russell mixed with Dalmatian. So he's a very beautiful, gorgeous dog, and he's such a sweetie. But I'm not going to talk about my dog. See, that's how it happens when we start talking about dogs or kids. And no, I don't group them as the same thing. I don't think it's the same. But I just the reason why I'm starting this YouTube channel is to share my life and just share little bits and odds and ends about me and how much I love God and who God is to me. I grew up in a urban city where I learned a lot about God. I grew up in a Christian family. And my mom had me at the age of 44. And so I've had the experience to be raised by wise parents. And I kind of was trying to rebel. I wasn't really trying to live up to the standards that they gave me. And that caused me to bump my head a lot. I've been trying to run away from who God created me to be for a long time. And it took me once getting into like my mid-20s for me to finally see that God was someone who was able to help me and to make life just a little bit easier. So I know what it's like to live with God, and then I know what it's like to not live with God. And I find that God just helps me to live in this crazy, jacked up, messed up, imperfect world and do it with a little bit more grace, with some peace, with some joy, with some gentleness, with some love, when I do life with God. So I just want to show you why God is necessary for me and could be necessary for you. So what I'll be sharing on here are cooking videos. I love to cook. It's one of my Zen things. I like creating and trying new things. So when I try new things, I'll probably come on here and tell you about them. I love to write. So I have a blog, miasrhythm.com, where I share things that I'm learning, like things about growth, because there's a lot of things that I did not know about life. Listen, my 20s was a hot mess. And then towards the end of my 20s, things started to get a little bit easier. And I guess I can say that these videos may be beneficial for people that are in their 20s transitioning into their 30s, and people who are in their 30s transitioning towards their 40s. Because I need people that'll help me out when I'm trying to get to my 40s. I need some help with that. And then I need some help understanding what I could have done better in my 20s and things of that nature. So being in your 20s, being single and waiting on God, and I know what that's all about. So I didn't get married until I was 31. So, and you know how the pressure out here is real with trying to be married at a certain age, trying to have kids at a certain age. And I have to tell y'all, I'm not I'm not one of those people. I'm out here just living my life the way I know I'm supposed to and doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm trying to live my best life without pressure. So that's the language on here. This is a no pressure environment. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but this is just me. This is what y'all gonna get. So I'm trying to basically just share with you things that I've overcome, things that I've been struggling with, things that I've realized are necessary. So I'll share some of the topics of what I'll be sharing on my channel, things that I believe will be where we can have conversation. So first off, I want to say that I've gone through a process and a journey where I realized that walking in God's plan and walking in God's will has made me an outcast, where I'm living a life that is different from other people and it offends other people. And I've just now come to the realization that I'm okay with that. Like, you ain't gotta like me if I'm trying to walk in my purpose. Like, it's okay. I get it. But I was living from a place from a long time where I thought I needed people to like me. And we're going to talk about those kinds of things on this channel. So some of the things, and I'll give you this is just a little sneak peek. I'll be talking about how to rise above the things that are beneath you. Talking about purpose. I'll be talking about emotions and how emotions can derail your life if you don't take a hold of them and take charge of them. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm also in the seminary learning to become a pastor. I'm also a social work student, so I'm on my journey to becoming a counselor as well. So I just want to share little bits and tidbits about things of that nature as well. I'll be talking about how affirmations are saving me and protecting me. I'll be talking about what gentleness is and how important gentleness is to have a good life. I'll be talking about the kingdom of God versus living on this earth and navigating both of those worlds. And I'll be talking about how to deal with navigating your past and moving forward, because a part of my early 30s was very hard for me to accept, because going from your 20s to your 30s is very, very challenging if you don't understand transitions and you don't understand the need for you to change. Going from being single to being married is hard. Going from being single to married to becoming a mom is hard. It's hard, okay? So we'll be talking about that. We'll also talk about our gifts and our talents. We'll be talking about the dangers of missing moments and multitasking and how to live an unoffended life. And then also talking about, like I mentioned earlier, living God's plan versus living the world's plan. So those are just a few things that I'll be sharing here on the channel. So I hope you'll be able to join me on my journey of growth. I really just want to share and help those who maybe feel like you don't have a place where you can be yourself, where you can't be authentic, where you can't be real, where you feel like you have to live based off of the opinions and the facade of that other people have created for you. I just want to be a support system to you and you be a support system to me. So I'm just looking for people who don't fit in. These videos are for people who don't feel like they fit in. You don't feel like you belong. You don't feel like you have anyone who understands you or who sees you properly. These videos are for you, and I just want to touch your heart and let you know that you're loved, you're seen, and you are accepted just the way that you are, and you don't need to be anything else. So that's a little bit about me. That's Mia, and you'll learn a whole lot more about me later, but I hope that I'm able to add to your life. So I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.